The WBC order is Mikaelian against Benavidez. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
If he takes another fight, then he's relinquishing his obligations with the WBC. The WBC ruling, which is public at the convention, you were there. It was that the winner of Badu Jack against Mikaelian would be the WBC Cruiserweight champion, would be allowed one voluntary defense, and then had to do the two mandatory defenses. This division has been backed up for a long time. So Mikaelian won. He was notified that he was allowed to do a voluntary defense, and it has been 6 months since then. The WBC has been in constant communication with Mikaelian's management and promoter. There have been some issues between them. There were some issues. Alberto Leon had some Zooms at the end. They were not able to come to terms. So when the WBC received a petition from our light heavyweight champion, who is David Benavidez, to fight against Mikaelian, the WBC ruled in favor and ordered Mikaelian to fight against Benavidez. That is the WBC position. That is the fight that has to take place next, unless there are agreements by both reaching any sort of agreement. But for the WBC, it is Mikaelian against Benavidez next.
Wow, wow, wow. We finally got the details and the real reason why the WBC decided to go forward with Team Benavidez's petition that was given to the WBC on May 26th, the little press conference that they had in Mexico City honoring David Benavidez. David Benavidez going to Mexico for this little event. Jose Benavidez Sr., Team Benavidez, makes the claim that we asked for this fight specifically on that date because we found out that Arthur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol were likely to be having a trilogy fight. The fight that we really wanted was against Dimitri Bivol, the fight that we've been calling for. But, first of all, we all know the WBA mandated Dimitri Bivol to fight Colin Smith. That was a potential roadblock getting in the way. Right after the IBF just forced him to fight Michael Eifert, who put on one of the worst performances in boxing history. Literally, the stats are some of the worst stats that you could ever look at. I think in 40 years of CompuBucks numbers, Michael Eifert, Michelle Eifert, whatever you want to call him, put the worst performance ever. And not only with those things getting in the way, but the breaking news that the trilogy might be going down because Mr. Umar Kremlov and some Russian investors are looking to have set up this fight next, offer these guys millions and millions of dollars, way beyond what they were even going to get offered by Turkey. Yes. This is not going to be a Turkey-invested fight, a PIF, a public investment fund coming from Saudi Arabia. Nothing like that. Russia wants to put this event on. So, that being said, David Benavidez and his team found this out and said, wow, we need to lock something in. No other choice than going the Noel MIKAELIAN route. They wrote a petition May 26th, the day of the little press conference. And then May 29th was the day, 3 days after that we seen prior, right before, about 45 minutes before the breaking news came out, the WBC ordering Noel to defend his title against David Benavidez. 30 minutes before that, breaking news comes out. Jai Opataya looking to finalize a deal with Noel MIKAELIAN. Now, y'all just heard the details that Mauricio Sullivan gave to us, right? He said, at a convention that went down before the Badu Jack fight, the second Badu Jack fight went down with Noel MIKAELIAN. He had 2 back-to-back fights. They talked about this publicly, that Noel MIKAELIAN was to have 1 voluntary defense following if he wins December 13th against Badu Jack, which he did. Keep in mind, that was December 13th. He said, we're giving him a voluntary defense, but then we're forcing 2 ordered fights right after. Because the cruiserweight division has been backed up for a long time. Whose fault is that? Now, 30 minutes after we hear the breaking news that Jai Opetaia and Noel MIKAELIAN are finalizing on a deal, we see the breaking news that the WBC orders Noel to defend his title against David Benavidez. Now, why did they do that? They gave Noel MIKAELIAN a voluntary defense. What happened to that? He's finalizing on a deal with Jai Opetaia. Mauricio Sullivan says that he was past the 6-month mark. He gave him up to 6 months to set up a fight, and it took too long. He said that within their own team, between the manager and the promoter of Noel MIKAELIAN, they were having their own dispute, their own problems within themselves, just like Virgil Ortiz and his manager, Rick Meridian, did with Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya, setting up that Jerome Boots Ennis fight. So Mauricio Sullivan says, because of that, we received the petition May 26th from the team Benavidez, and we decided to order the fight. Noel's been taking too long. Now, December 13th was the day that he beat Badou Jack, right? So that means May 13th would have been 6 months exactly. June 13th coming up is 7 months exactly. May 13th is the 6-month mark that Mauricio Sullivan was talking about, but we didn't see anything. May 14th, May 15th, May 16th, May 17th, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Even on the day that the petition was sent, nothing. We didn't see nothing. They didn't drop a post on the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th saying, yo, it's been 6 months. Come on, Noel, hurry up, or else we're ordering this fight. Nothing like that. Obviously, I don't think they were in the rush to force this fight. Until the 29th, when we see the finalization of a deal coming about between Jai Opetaia, Zuffa boxer, Zuffa cruiserweight champion, Re Magazine cruiserweight champion of the world, finalizing a deal with Noel MIKAELIAN. 30 minutes after that, the WBC orders their fight. Now, why did that have to come on that specific day? If they had got the petition on the 26th, on the 27th, the 28th, why didn't they make an official announcement? Maybe because they were overlooking the petition, but as soon as they seen that Jai Opetaia and Noel MIKAELIAN were finalizing on a deal, they had to rush, make a decision, and enforce that fight. The timing it's all wrong. It just looks all wrong when you pay attention to this, bro. Now, one of the things that I think about is, you may be saying to yourself, wow, at the end of the day, Alex, at the end of the day, it's been 7 months. It's past 6 months, the 6-month mark. And they weren't able to finalize on a deal in time, even though they're getting close to finalizing on a deal. Do you guys remember when Jamal Charlo held this bout for a year without defending it? For 2 years without defending it? For basically 3 years. From 2021 to 2024. Charlo did not have to defend his title. And what did Mauricio Sullivan say last year, 2025, in an interview talking about that? He said that he spoke to Mr. Charlo himself, and that Charlo told him he was going through suicidal moments, that the dude was thinking about killing himself, ending his life. But it was just that title that he was holding on to, the WBC title, that was keeping him going. So I think to myself, and I'd be like, bro, y'all wasn't able to give Noel MIKAELIAN 7 months, an extra month, When y'all know that he was finalizing a deal with Jael Pataya, y'all make the excuse and say 6 months, 6 months. Nah, it's already been past 6 months. We got the petition and we agreed to it. When y'all's giving fighters 2 years, 2 to 3 years, with no title defense at all, y'all keep him the champion? It's picking and choosing. You could bring up hundreds of examples. But that one, specifically to me, always stands out because I think to myself, how is that even possible? And where does it make sense to enforce this fight with Noel MIKAELIAN? Why? Because the petition got sent and you seen that this deal was coming to a finalization and you did not want this to happen. There was no announcement on the 27th or the 28th that they had agreed to the petition, breaking news, or nothing like that. It wasn't to the 29th. When we seen this fight get ordered, all the journalists around boxing started doing research. You had Sean Zatao call Jose Benavidez and talk to him, and then they explained everything that went down. It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. But you gotta understand at the same time, due to Jael Pataya signing over to Zuffa Boxing, we know things like this was gonna happen. It's just crazy to think about, bro. That Jael Pataya is like this. Noel MIKAELIAN now literally has 2 options. It's either to go fight Jael Pataya, but vacate your belt. That's it. Get rid of it. Or face David Benavidez and possibly still lose that belt. When the dude had a voluntary defense, yes, it took a little long to figure it out. Mauricio says that within the team, things were going down. They were finalizing on the deal. There was an opportunity for Mauricio to give him about a month more. Give him until June 13th to be able to get this fight over the threshold with Jael Pataya, but no. We seen the breaking news. We had to get to action. Team Benavidez, we owe it to him after everything that went down with Canelo Alvarez. My goodness, man. It's a crazy thing to think about, bro. But it's a sport that we love. This is what goes down within our sport of boxing. It's diabolical. Let me know what you guys think, bro. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel bringing it to you, and I'm